Do you sometimes find yourself frustrated that you have all of these beads and supplies and don't know how to make the most of them? Well, I got to thinking about how to best make use of the dollar bead boxes I get, and I'm going to share some tips with you today for making the most of the beads and supplies in your stash. I'll be using the January 2018 dollar bead box just as an example. So here are a few items that I've received in past dollar bead boxes. Now, the way my stuff is organized, if you've looked at any of my studio organizing videos, I organize all of my supplies by color. But it occurred to me recently that that may not always be the best way. Uh, it is the way I look for most of my beads and components when I'm designing. But I realized that sticking to that all the time, I may end up missing some very nice opportunities to use the components I have. And I realized that because I've been getting the dollar bead boxes for a few months now. And I started to notice patterns in the things that we receive. Like this heart came in 1 month, and then this heart came in another month. It's the same heart, just different colors. And in my usual system of storing things, these two would never meet. The whites would be in with the whites and the blacks would be in with the blacks. And I think it was these two that got me to thinking about it, because I've got kind of a pink and a green, and I didn't want to store them in separate boxes. I wanted to keep them together because I love the way they look together. So I actually spent some time and dug through all of my boxes and pulled out all of these similar things. And wouldn't these all be lovely together? And it got me to thinking about the way I sort things. And these are also pressed check glass. I'm not sure if they go. Well, these would go very nicely. So these hearts are these. Maybe not both. I don't know. But maybe just a collection of check glass hearts or a collection of check glass lentil beads. And that got me to thinking of these, which I think are just the coolest things. This is I think it's a Chinese jade flower. I have the tag around here somewhere that tells me what it is. And this is a nugget. And these are some points. And again, these would all, well, the two pinks would be together, but otherwise these would all live in different containers because they're different colors. But something about the shapes and the organic style of them really goes well together. And then I also have like a whole bunch of charms that have come. Again, when you get them in the dollar bead box, you get one or maybe two or a few small ones, like these little tiny ones. So some of these might go together and some might not. Like the style of these doesn't really go with that, but it does go with this, and these would all be cool to use in a metal stamping project. I do actually have my charms sorted by color and then type. So for example, I have kind of steampunk things. That's what I put the keys in. Again, these are all from previous dollar bead boxes. And sometimes when you get two of these, you look at them and say, oh, a pair of earrings or something. But when you start putting them all together, suddenly new possibilities open up. And so it got me to thinking about putting things together in collections, not just in color groups. Like these. This came 1 month, this came another, and where'd it go? I don't know about those. I think those are in their own class right now, but oh, here it is. And suddenly you're starting to get a collection of things that all go together really nicely. And although I'm talking about primarily the things that come in the dollar bead box, this could really apply to anything that you collect. If you go to the bead store or bead show or find something online that you just have to have, and then you put it away in a box and you're not sure what to do with it, you might try starting a little collection. I love these little bowls. I got them at Ocean State Job Lot. They were $1 each, and I adore them. I think I bought 4, and I need to go back and buy like 8 more because they're just fantastic. It's a great way to sort some of the more unusual things, or the things that maybe are a little special and you want to make a special collection of. So these are the check glass beads from the January 2018 dollar bead box. And there's some beautiful colors in here. You've seen me use these in a few different videos. And again, normally what I would do is pull all these out and put them in boxes separated by color, which isn't a bad idea because after a while, in fact, I have this in almost all of my bead boxes, these collections of strands of color. And one of the things I learned when I was quilting is that the more shades of a single color you have together, the richer the look is. So if you want to do something that's green, if you have a light green, a dark green, a yellow green, a blue green, and you put those all together, you'll have just a beautiful look. There's only 4 strands here, but you're starting to see, oh, there's another one. I mean, you could even put that in, see? That's kind of a blue-green. And suddenly, heading towards gold, you have a really nice collection of things. So it can be a really great way of inspiring ideas. Now, the thought of having dozens of these little bowls sitting out kind of with stuff scattered about sort of gives me hives because I like to be very organized and tidy, hence everything by color. But these are great because they stack up. You can find something that will fit on your table and limit it maybe. I'm an organized person, so I might just keep it limited to a few special things that I'm collecting for. So that when you get a special piece like one of these cool nuggets, you can start collecting things that might go with it. So, oh, maybe those would, or maybe not. Maybe that kind of suits the funky style. Just start combining things differently. Let's see, here are the bead strands for January 2018. Oh, what if we added that in with the greens that we were working on already? Isn't that interesting? And even that turquoise, because turquoise is a blue-green or green-blue, depending on how you look at it. So if you see something that you absolutely love, you might set it aside, not to forget about it, because that can happen too, but keeping in the back of your mind that you want to find other special things that will enhance it. Like these tabular, these are like, what are they called? Flat cut? Table cut. Yeah, table cut ovals, ocean blue. And these are also table cut. They're just cut flat on 2 sides, and they have a similar look, although the colors aren't exactly the same. I might add those to my little dish. Oh, here's another dragonfly charm to add to our charms. We suddenly have a collection of really cute brass charms. We've got some dragonflies, a bird, an owl. Oh, and these, I believe, are the same size as those purple ones. Maybe they don't go together. Again, at a bead show, at a bead store, online, wherever you're shopping, to not limit yourself, which is what I often do. I say, oh, what am I going to do with that? I have no idea. I love it, but I don't know what I'm going to do with that. And then later I regret not getting it because I'll miss the opportunity. What else have we got? Oh, these are really pretty. These are spacers. 28 millimeter 2-hole connectors in antique brass. Really pretty. I might add that to that dish just because it goes and kind of sparks some ideas. We got some pretty Swarovskis. Oh, look, we got some keys to add to the collection. So it's just a new and different way of looking at your supplies that might help you to break out of your comfort zone. Like I said, it kind of does break me out of my comfort zone because I like having everything tidy and neat. But sometimes you miss design opportunities that way. So whatever you're collecting, and let's face it, if we like beads, we collect them. You have to have a stash to work from, just like an artist has to have a palette of paint to work from, right? So sort it in such a way that maybe sparks new ideas. I don't know that I would have thought of using these keys with the dragonflies and birds, but now that I have them all together, a lot of them go really well. And oh, and these are cute little 3mm brass spacers. Those are nice. So sometimes not having it quite so tidily sorted, but sorted in a different way, like by type, might help you and be inspirational. If you enjoyed this video, I hope that you'll subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And if you like bonus tutorials for yourself, take a look at my Patreon page for how you can get rewards and help support this channel. Thanks for watching. Happy creating. Bye-bye.